Lakers go to 37-21. They beat the Clippers again. They play them on Sunday night as well. They now have a 6-game lead in the loss column over the Clippers. Zoo with a night, 27 on 13 of 15. Kawhi doing his thing with 21, Harden 18. Luka and LeBron leading the way with 31 and 28 respectively. Let's hear what Redick has to say. He's with Mike in the media.
You're back.
Hey, JJ, is it similar with what it was with Rui last night with Austin, or did you have anything early about the calf and how he's feeling?
Don't have anything other than he was experiencing some tightness in the calf, some soreness. Was held out as a precaution. I think Goody rolled his ankle, so he was unable to go the last few minutes. Doesn't seem serious. And for Rui, I don't know if they've announced it, but he left patella tendinopathy on his left knee. So that's that. But our group, they competed. They found a way. It was a rock fight out there. Thought our bench, we didn't start well defensively. And then our bench came in and just gave us a massive lift on the second night of a back-to-back with their energy and activity. To get that level of play from two-way guys and Trey and Goody was awesome. And, Dalton just being ready on a night where, who knows how many minutes he plays, and then he comes in and he does well on both ends. Made some big plays and big shots to get us going there in the first half, and then they contest and dunk in the second half. So just all those guys, Vando, plus 20 in 14 minutes. I think including Gabe, who ended up with 4 of them. Our bench had 9 steals. So just those guys were awesome.
The third game in 4 nights and the second back-to-back can be taxing, right? Just for obvious reasons. But do you get a sense of where some of that, the toughness or the competitiveness or whatever it is that's carrying you guys on, like, overall on a night like this starts?
Yeah, it takes a while for a group to develop an identity. It takes a while for a group to develop a collective mentality. There's been a lot of things that have happened this season. I felt like, the group, our ecosystem was created, and it's been sustained since mid-January. And there was flashes of it throughout the early parts of the year, but I like who we are right now as a team.
You went 10-2 in February, traded for Luka, had a rescinded trade, added a couple rotation pieces. Just kind of, I know it just happened. You're just turning the page on the month, but can you kind of reflect on the month that has been?
I didn't really even realize it. I randomly looked at the schedule today just to get a sense of next week, and I was like, oh man, the Knicks game was on February 1st. It's been a lot of change, and then obviously with the trade getting rescinded, bringing DK and Cam back. But that's what I mean. I feel like the toughness, the competitive spirit, the connectedness that I always talk about, like our group had it in January for a while, and you're certainly concerned when you make a change of that magnitude that those things can fall off. And I thought when we got back from that Grammy trip and immediately played some really high-level games, the Clippers game, the Warriors game, Pacers, I mean, we're beating really good basketball teams and hadn't gotten Luka yet. It's easier for him now to step into this group based on that week of basketball. I mean, it was
35 minutes tonight on the second night of a back-to-back, Bress.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. People have been saying, okay, when's Luka going to break through the conditioning thing as far as missing almost 7 weeks of game time? I think it's happening now. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like it maybe happened a week ago, but now it's really happening, a second game of a back-to-back. And Byron James, I don't know about you guys, but I've always judged a team and how much of a championship contender they can be, not just solely on the stat, but a lot on the stat. How good are you on the second night of the back-to-back? What does that tell you? A, you're talented. B, you've got depth. C, you've got grit. Lakers are now 6-2 on the second game of back-to-back. Does that mean they're going to win it all in a few months? I don't know. But I've always liked that stat. I've always found like the Kobe and Pau teams, the Kobe and Shaq teams, those teams are always really good on the second night of a back-to-back. Depth, grit, and talent, too. This team has it, too.
And you know, we talked a little bit about this in the pregame show, like finding ways to win when you're not playing your best. The great teams do that. And here's a crazy stat when you look, you know, the starters are all in the minus, okay?
Wow.
The bench all in the positive. You know, Gabe's plus 11. Goodwin's plus 14. We already mentioned the other guys. So a complete team effort, as Dorian Finney-Smith said. And one thing, big game, win or lose, you notice over these last few months, they're always playing hard.
Yeah.
There's not a night where you say they're not playing hard.
Playing
they're not competing.
hard, playing hard, you know, from start to finish, and a bench that knows how to complement their starters. I think when the bench comes in, they know they need scrappiness. They need some, you know, force some turnovers. Goodwin comes in. I like that. Dalton comes in. You know, he hits some big shots. You know, I think the bench really supported the starters tonight. They did what they need to do. You know, defensively, making stops was key. So yeah, the chemistry's good. You know, from 1 through 14.
Great pickups by Rob Holt and the staff. I mean,
Yeah.
Jemison the third and Goodwin are getting minutes.
Yeah, getting minutes and
Getting
being
minutes
very
and delivering.
productive.
So how about this, by the way? Since the All-Star break, they're barely giving up 100 points a game.
Yeah, yeah.
6 games.
I think Brad said it earlier.
In this day and age.
Yeah, Brad said it earlier. I mean, 102 tonight. They've been giving up an average of a little over 100, like 100.4, 5, something like that. And when you're doing that on the defensive end on a night-to-night basis, you give yourself a chance to win every single night. And like you said, sometimes the offense is going to come and go. And right now, the offense isn't clicking, you know, real good. You know, when you look at the team, some careless turnovers and things of that nature tonight. You know, just kind of throwing the ball around a little bit. But the defense kept them in the game, got them the lead when Luka started hitting a couple of those shots, and then it basically carried us through this win tonight, despite playing against 8 people. I mean, the referees they tried their damnedest to get in the game too, or give the Clippers a chance to win the game, but the defense prevailed tonight. You got to give the Lakers second unit a lot of the credit, because I think they have an identity now of knowing that they got to come in and be that scrappy, that determined team as far as just going after people and just making the game ugly.
I think we're 10-2 in February to end the month.
That's pretty damn good.
Sure. And as Ryan Trainer, our producer, said, I don't know what a challenge is. I have no idea what was happening at the end of that game, but we're going to show them to you. Let's get you to the highlights. Luka and the Lakers taking on the Clippers on Luka's 26th birthday. First quarter, Dorian Finney-Smith finds a cutting Jackson Hayes for the one-handed slam. Jackson.
Chào các bạn đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Bây giờ mình sẽ đi tô màu để cho các bạn cùng xem. Trên tay mình đây là những sản phẩm mình đã in sẵn để mình tô màu. Mình sẽ tô những bức tranh thật đẹp để gửi tặng đến các bạn. Và không thể thiếu đó là chiếc điện thoại để mình quay video, giá đơn điện thoại, và đây là bút sáp màu. Bây giờ mời các bạn cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tô màu. Và mình mong rằng các bạn đừng quên ấn like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình. Cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Tô màu nha các bạn.